happens. Here we are. We are live. Hello, hello. I'm super excited to be here today with my really good friend, Jen Jones. And I'm going to be interviewing her today about her brand new book, #1 best-selling author. How many categories is that?
It was 5, plus it's international. I hit the UK top 10. So yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Jen. What a journey this has been. Before we get into the book, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, you came to my conference and we joked about here's the extrovert interviewing the introvert. But after getting to know you, I don't know, you didn't seem so introverted. So maybe you did all the lessons in your book. So tell me a little bit about yourself and about your journey.
So first off, yes, I believe that I have learned the skills to get out there and network, but it's super draining. And I love meeting with people. Sometimes it's draining, sometimes it's energizing, but for the most part, I like to retreat back and enjoy my alone time, which that's why I'm an introvert. So my name is Jen Jones. I am the founder and Intropreneur at Connect and Elevate, where I help introverted women entrepreneurs really use their energy and be able to build genuine, deep, meaningful relationships while building their business and also building their friendships with other women and we'll say some men. So I have been in business since 2019. I'm also a broker owner of a real estate company. I've been doing real estate for about 18 years, and that's where the book came from. If you think of real estate, you think of this outgoing person that is going to talk your ear off. And I do have plenty of people in my circle who are extroverts, and they're full of energy. You're full of energy. And it's nice that we have such a diverse group of people everywhere. And it's been a journey really figuring out, what does it look like to be an introvert in an extroverted world right now? I joke about sometimes I put on my extrovert hat, and I've been more aware of making sure that I'm not doing that, because when I show up with my extrovert hat, I'm not showing up authentically. And so today I feel very calm. I feel excited. And so when I feel that way, I know that I'm showing up in my authentic self. So I appreciate you having me on, and I'm really excited to have a conversation.
I love it. Thank you so much. I often joke that introverts are always attracted to me. I have had at least a dozen introverted clients over the years. And I will joke and I'll say, like, to my my virtual assistant, I'm like, I don't understand why are they attracted to me, right? And so what it does for me is it gets me to slow down when I'm interacting. And I love the yin and the yang, and it reminds me that not everybody is crazy and full of energy and Energizer Bunny and outgoing, right? And I thrive on crowds and people and fun and all that other stuff. But it grounds me. It gets me to like, okay, right? And so now I'm sitting back and respecting you. And so I guess this is part of the book, right? So I'd love for you to share with me, I don't know, a quote, a little nugget, a little something from the book. And I'm putting you on the spot here, just to help those. It's not only helping the introverted entrepreneur, but I also think it's also making the extroverted entrepreneurs aware, right? And I was a former chef and in the hospitality industry for many, many years, which helped me when I was facilitating networking groups, because I had many introverted people in the audience. And so being mindful even about the introduction. I had one woman who's now my friend, who I pulled her aside after so many weeks. I said, why are you always late? I wait for you every week. I know you're coming. She's like, I don't want to do the introduction. I'm like, oh, okay. And well, how can we get around that? And so I changed my circle of going around to if you don't feel like talking today or introducing yourself, just say pass and we'll move on. Because sometimes we're not always in the mood to share. And so I changed that. And I said, if I did that, would you start coming? And she's like, I will. Okay, I'll try it. And she did. And she started coming. And depending on the size of the group, every once in a while she'd say something. But I'm guessing this is a common thing. And so for me, I had no idea. So I'd love for you to share something from the book, not only for the introverted entrepreneur, but for us extroverts to help make everyone feel comfortable and welcome when we're, dealing with our business, day-to-day business world.
Yeah, so the quote that I like to use is go deep, not wide. And that is something to remember, that we're here to build deep, meaningful relationships, no matter what side of the spectrum that we're on, or if we're in the middle somewhere. It's really about the other person. And so as an introvert, being ready to share what they're comfortable sharing with other people. And then for the extrovert, it really is about allowing someone else to speak and listen to them. So it's sort of this, what you were saying, this yin and yang, is that we can both take on the role of allowing someone else, like allowing ourselves to speak as introverts, because we rather listen. And then as an extrovert, instead of talking, actually listening. So that is my little nugget for today. And it's just be conscious and aware of it. And you'll see as time goes on, it'll be more of a habit that you're, either speaking or you're listening more.
I love that. And how about a tip for the introverts? I know for me in the business world, I've had to push my introverted clients to speak, and they're not always comfortable with that. And so what I suggested to them, and maybe you can polish this up, is instead of doing a Facebook Live, don't do that. Do it where it's a recording, and you could always interview someone, and that will help and soften it, and maybe make you feel more comfortable if you're in charge and you have the list of questions instead of just showing up and not knowing. Like, is that good advice for them?
Yeah, that is good advice. Actually, was just talking to someone last week, one of my clients, and that was exactly the conversation. She's like, I'm not going to go live, but I'm going to try recording first. And I when I say that, I get a little like, but don't edit the video. So if you're going to record it and be okay with what comes out, because part of many introverts is we're thinkers, and we overthink, and then we overanalyze, and oh my gosh, I said 100 times. So that would be great advice. And I would also think about, if we're doing something in person and we want to get out there, maybe bring like a wing woman. So bring someone with you that or if you're going somewhere that you already know someone is going to be there that just make a connection with that person. So I have a handful of tips when it comes to that. And it really is, in order for you to be comfortable, maybe bringing someone along. I just, have that little warning in saying that, don't use it as a crutch. So don't use that person as someone that you're always going to talk to, but actually get over and talk to one person, whether it's a Zoom meeting or in person. Talk to one person that you can connect with. And usually we pick up on other people's energy, and we know which person that we want to approach and have a conversation with, and have those, you were saying, have, some questions that you can ask. And we're always good listeners. So that's, the easy part, but be ready to answer those questions too. So, because people are asking it.
Yeah, and great advice. And I'm sure there are a lot more tips in here. So tell me, where can people find your book? And I'd love to hear some of these categories that you hit: international bestseller and #1 bestseller. I'd love to hear about it.
So I don't have them off the top of my head, so I'm going to wing it, which is not something introverts do real well, but we're going to wing it.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to wing it. And I should know, but I don't. So one of them was business and life balance was one of them. Real estate sales was another. The international one was actually entrepreneurs in business. So that one was pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a category. I guess UK and US have different categories because the US does not have a category like that. So I can definitely share the exact list, but those were just a
Right.
few. Both paperback and Kindle hit #1 in several different categories. So it's been,
Congratulations.
yeah, it's been a journey. So I am excited. You can find it on Amazon. There's quite a few reviews from introverts and extroverts. So that was really nice to see people just standing up and saying, and even your, Facebook post, just extroverts saying like, I even get something out of this. So that really made me feel like, okay, putting this out into the world mattered and continues to matter. So you can find it on Amazon, and we do have the energy toolkit that if you're interested in grabbing that free gift, we do have that.
Great. And will you, when this video posts, will you go ahead and put it in the comments so people can just click on that link? I know originally when it launched, I shared it out on all of my platforms. Again, we're here as entrepreneurs to grow deep relationships, right? And win-win-win is what we want. We want to help each other and support each other. And I just think it's a great book. And I know I will never forget that story of my friend now telling me why she was late. And I am that person when I go to a networking meeting and I see the new person come in, stand like this, I instantly go over and introduce myself. And then I will go casually and introduce them to one or two people, not to overwhelm. And they, I've done this probably over a dozen times over the years. And they always thank me. And it is so important. But I have to be mindful, like, don't introduce them to 20 people, like just go to that one person at a time kind of a thing. Oh, those were the days when we were back in person. I miss them.
They're
So
coming back. They're coming back.
What's next for you? Is there a sequel coming? Are you thinking about things? Is there an online course?
Yeah, so there's definitely more books in this brain, but I need a break from writing. And yes, so we also have available 3-hour VIP days that I'm opening up 6 spots for that. And coming soon is a 4-month one-on-one program that I'll be opening up only 2 spots for. So
wonderful. I love it. Well, congratulations. Thank you for being here. And again, as a fellow entrepreneur and friend, now I consider you a friend. I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy. And in the beginning, in the early days when, a few weeks ago when this launched, I know it was like your birthday day and week and everything. And I was like, wow, this must be really hard for her. She's getting all this attention. So I was even mindful of that, right?
Yeah. And what's been nice, so I'm not going to take it on too much of a tangent, but I've been actually, peeling the layers off of needing external validation. And so it was really nice coming into book launch after doing some work right there, where I actually hosted my own birthday party / book launch. And everyone shared about what they loved most about me and where they met me. And I literally sat back, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I might cry. I literally sat back and was like humbled by what people were saying. And I then accepted where I was and said, you know what, these are my people. Like, this is what life is all about. And thank you so much for, telling everybody like how amazing I am. And you do that 5 years ago and I would have been like,
that's growth. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was, and it was draining. Don't get me wrong. The whole book launch was very draining, but sure. It was nice to see people come together. And that's what I talk about in my book is, collaborations, partnerships, your circle, like these are your people. And my people stood up tall and said, like, check this out. So I'm really proud of everything that has been happening over the last month or so.
I have a feeling some of this is going to come out in book number 2, just an idea. Maybe, right? Again, thank you so much. And you're going to go ahead and put the link in the comments below and go and get this book, because I feel like it's, like I said, it's not only for the introvert, it's for the extrovert. So we can all make each other feel wonderful and have those deep connections as women and as business owners and entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to see what's coming, what's coming down the road for you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.